Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, January the 23rd, and this is the pre-market version of the futures in 5. What do we want to see? Listen, I've moved us back to a daily formation because I want you to see where the important levels of landlock are. We talked about this area. If you looked at my video yesterday afternoon, you'll notice that we talked about sitting right in this range, bouncing into resistance and essentially not moving. That is the same place that we are looking for motion. We're sitting in an earning space that's been fairly good. Uh, Things are moving along very nicely, but price action is caught in a bit of a grind. And again, it's because this is the process of hedging that comes in many forms, whether it's the market makers trying to hedge at the end of the day for the options that expire at the end of the day, or hedgers that are looking at bigger, longer pictures. All right, so let's take a look at this motion. Overall, still negative. Bounce actions are going to be into significant resistance. If you are bearish in this environment, it's a fool's errand to take a short on a breakdown because we can see every single place that looks like a breakdown has been bought. Fact of the matter is, if we take a look at the motion, it's still lower highs and lower lows, right? And so we are going to see these bounce action events that could take us all the way back up into the 76 area, or it could stall out right here at heavy congestion. That's what we're going to be looking at. How well do we hold up and over the 52 region? My suspicion is that we stall out. As we press up and over, we're going to have some bullish motion. That bullish motion is going to stop at resistance. That is what this particular formation is telling us, and that's what we need to look at for the day today. Let's take a look at the NQ. Same sort of same sort of formation. Our profiles look quite a bit more aggressive. I'm not really sure why that is, but here's what we can look at. Here's December. Here's January. Thin volume pocket here, thin volume pocket here, a thin volume pocket that was brought in as support. So obviously we can see this line way down here, a very important level. We're many hundreds of points away from that at this juncture. So what do we want to look for? Well, here's the volume point of control, 6606. That's going to be baseline support for us in this edge. Can we get up over 66.87, 66.94? That's going to be the kicker. Can we do that up over this level? If it's yes, we're going to do what? We're going to move up into the next region of resistance, and we're going to fade. We are in a very negative drift. If you take a look at these two lines, this line here and this line here, they are simply two regions. I'm just using a couple of points here, and you can see us landlocked inside of that range. That landlock is going to matter in the grand scheme of things. If we cannot get back into the landlock range, we're going to have further downside. Could we have further downside anyway? Absolutely. Look at this region right here. Tremendous auction vacuum. Again, a couple hundred points. A couple hundred points from where we are sitting. So might be nothing to worry about, but if we lose this region that tells us, hey, listen, pullbacks are buy zones. That's what this arrow is telling us here. The pullback is a buy zone. That buy zone is only going to be into resistance due to the general formations. Let's take a look at the YM. It's the same storyboard in general. YM actually doing much better on the bounce, coming up into the regions that it really did show as breakout for yesterday. Let's remove these guides and just take a look at the chart in general. Look at where it came down to yesterday. Yes, yesterday. Now it's sitting here. We can easily see congestion. This is an old resistance level right up here in the range, and our formation is telling us essentially that's what we're on the hunt for, moving up into that edge. And so we have to look for the regions that present themselves as prior areas of congestion slash resistance. And that is it up at the top right here on this zone. Okay, that's what we're looking at there. Oil in a bounce formation, trying to hold this inverted head and shoulders pattern. Traders looking for levels quite a bit higher, right? Looking quite a bit higher. Pullbacks should be buy zones. Hey, listen, what do we see here? A change of direction. What normally happens in a change of direction? Cross current. Could our cross currents come all the way down here and even further than that? Absolutely. This is our frontline support zone. If we come into this area, we're very likely to bounce. Right now, we're building higher lows. EIA report not until tomorrow. But they are calling for it to be quite a bit higher in general. I'm not really sure. I don't even know why that's not giving me a chance to move it up. I'm not really sure it's going to be able to do that, but we shall see. Pushes up into the space, going to be very interesting. We are on the hunt for resistance. We are not in a breakout or advanced formation to that end. Now, you'll notice that the gold formation here is on a 3-day motion. Why is that? Because using our system, anything tighter than that is giving us lots of noise. So what it tells us is we're in a bullish formation that's very messy. Old resistance going to hold up as new support. It's just how it goes. This is a thin volume profile. We moved up into the 1300 area. That's also a region of resistance. And now we're holding down. This is a very bullish passage of motion, but we really could come all the way down into these lower edges, especially if something goes awry in a few different places. Do I think that's likely? No. Pullbacks going to very, very likely give us buy zones. Look for the deep edges, congestion regions. This is, a couple of weeks of congestion. That's going to be ideal bounce motion for this chart. It's not a place to hold. You've got to take profit where you see it. That's been the Futures in 5.